Hello, it's me. I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay. My name is KyoshiCadre. I'm an avid RPG Maker speedrunner for games like Amori, Off, and of course OneShot. You may know me from last SGDQ where I ran Untrail Yellow, and now I'm back to run OneShot. I'm gonna let my commentators introduce all themselves before we begin.
All right.
I'll go first. Hi, I'm LaurieDBunnykins. For some reason, I'm one of the oldest runners of this game.
Hi, I am Durrbill, aka Derby. I am also one of the oldest runners of this game, trying to pretend that I'm more Zoomer than I am Boomer.
Hi, I'm Eliza. I made this game along with Knight and Girl on the couch over there. You can't see him in frame, unfortunately. Oh, you can. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You've got one shot, dude.
Yeah, we only have one shot, so I'm gonna do a countdown and then we're gonna begin. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Wahoo!
All right, folks. Now, our first immediate thing, because it's going to happen in the span of 2 seconds, there's a codes are a thing in this game. Generally speaking, the farther they are away from 5, the better. We're going to get that code in about...
No!
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
we didn't have that code yet, but Kyoshi tried to guess it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that it does that.
What's the chance for that? I don't remember.
1 in 5,124?
Yep. Not often.
Okay, but yeah, that remote gives us a little code that we can enter into the computer, and the farther away the digits are from 5, like 0, 1, 9, those are really good digits, and they mean you have to do less inputs to get that code in.
Yeah, and this little house area we're in just is a really good tutorial to the kind of puzzles this game is going to have, which is a lot of really good ones. You know, there's a lot of inventory management and also interacting with the correct object, with the correct item out. But this game does also have funny skips. Coming up is pan skip. So we're going to see Kyoshi close the game and reopen it. And that skips a cutscene where the camera would pan over to the right. Because we use an in-game timer, you can see in the top left, I think that's the main reason it's faster, because it usually does take a few seconds to open and close the game. There is also a science behind that, but there is a much bigger skip that involves that science more heavily that we will go into it there. Now we have the sun, so it just got rolled up in the last run, so we gotta go make it be good at its job again.
That's actually that's a really good transition.
It is. I was really excited when I saw that.
All right, so yeah, a lot of this game is just item management, menuing. It's a lot cooler than it sounds.
Oh, also we're 20. We need that.
Oh,
name.
yeah, we need the player name now.
Oh, yes.
My bad.
Of course. Well, raising $372, it is trans rights.
Woo!
I dig it.
I like it a lot. Yeah, so this game is split up into 3 major areas. We have the first one here, the Barrens, is it's in the name. But we're going to find this prophet robot who is going to make Nico learn about God.
Hello, GDQ.
Hello, GDQ.
Okay, so that little trick there. Fun fact: the game takes your computer's Windows username. And if you input that manually through files, you can actually execute code that RPG Maker uses to color text, add different character icons. You can execute that within that name if you edit it manually. And that's how we got those rainbow letters and stuff. And there's probably a lot more potential there, but it's really cool. Mm-hmm. But normally we don't change the name because it's faster, but we will, just for you.
Just for MSF. Wahoo!
Anyway, Nico's a sleepy baby. You gotta sleep in every area you go to.
Now, you told us that the flag in-game that's set when we talk to Prophet is that Nico now does know about God, correct?
That is true.
That's me.
Yes.
Theoretically, if you skip that, I think basically until the end of the game, some of the message boxes will be different because Nico just won't talk to you.
Do you think Nico knows that they're currently being watched by thousands of people?
I think Nico knows
very
they
little.
like pancakes, and that they really miss their
Yeah.
mama. In lore, that is currently the current situation. Nico is lost, and we need to guide them. Canonically, we are guiding them. It is not just us controlling them.
Yeah.
So quickly, we're going to see here that I'm opening the fast travel in between transitions. Normally that's frame perfect, but I have something called keybinds that I'll let my commentators explain soon. But I'm also doing something called a super fast travel, where you fast travel back into a room you walked into, because a lot of the time it's just faster than walking to where you need to go.
Indeed. Coined by Chris18, old school runner of this game, who I always shout out because they taught me everything I knew.
It's mainly just the idea that the like set fast travel point for a room, if it's like more than 3 seconds into the room, it's slower to run there.
Right. I remember we did the math on it once, but I forget because there's a lot of numbers involved with this game. And real quick also, I'd like to explain the in-game timer there. That was not always there. For a time, we used things like load removers. Okay, you can see we're changing our binds there. You'll see what that's for in a bit. But we just had load removers and stuff, and like launching from an SSD was faster than a hard drive, and so we used a program called RAM-Disk to launch the game from system memory, which is a nightmare. So Gur, aka Cheezer behind us, coded in the in-game timer. Thank you very much.
Shout out to Gur.
There was also an era of this game where we were mashing text by rotating an analog stick bound to confirm and cancel. So now we have automatic mashing because Gur wanted us to have hands. So thank you.
It was literally the Mario Party 2, like, that was how you mashed. It was a nightmare.
So this like computer we just talked to, we're gonna open this safe. This is the only other puzzle as opposed from, along with the starting like computer code that is randomized each playthrough. So from now on, everything puzzle solution wise should be determinate.
Indeed, nothing random about this game. It's always consistent.
Yes.
Want to explain keybinds now that I've changed one?
So a few times you've seen Kyoshi will open up a menu or interact with an object, and the menu will kind of pop up at the same time as something else happening. That's what we call a multi-bind, where we bind multiple buttons to one thing, and that allows us to like, okay, interact with this object and open the menu on the same frame so that it is buffered to be opened as soon as possible. And that's also used for something called ultra menuing very soon here that we will see, I believe, on this next fast travel. The next like 2 fast travels. That's the one that looks really buggy and is a great way of demonstrating this. Very new trick, but very cool in my IMO.
Y'all turned a 2-button puzzle game into like a 6-button fighter.
What did you do to my baby?
I mean, watching that like empty box appear on the screen like every so often is kind of like, oh, that's not supposed to happen.
No, that was an ultra menu there. That's basically if you interact with one of the green items in the inventory, because that's normally indicates it just brings up a line of dialogue, it will kind of interrupt the trigger to like tell the game to not let us do that, because it clearly is wrong. But that allows us to just open 2 menus at once, do one thing, and then immediately do another.
Have you submitted a bug report for that on the Steam forum?
I have withheld dozens of secrets from the developers personally to beat this game faster. Canonically, actually.
I want to give a shout out to the console version of this game that eventually released on PC because both of us did test it.
Yes.
And I would like to clarify that we did not withhold much information for that. We reported bugs.
I considered it. But I am a great person, so I didn't.
All right. We're going to be done with the first area here. Finally.
Oh, yes. And in this cutscene, you will see Kyoshi change up their binds a little bit.
Get prepared to change it.
Get prepared to change it, not quite change it. Me and Laurie, being boomers ourselves, haven't run this game a ton. I've personally gone the washed-up content creator route. Laurie has done the smart thing and actually played more games. But
all right. We're going to have some downtime here, so I think now would be a good time for donations as we get into Glen, since it's got a lot of the same stuff.
Of course. How does $250 from Future Cat Games sound?
Yay.
Thank you so much. Saying thanks again for having our game at the event. Happy to be part of this fundraiser. I know how long the community's been trying to get this game in, and I'm very happy for them that it's finally in. Thank you so much for your generosity. We also have another $250 from Penguin, who simply says, hello.
We got to do the penguin now. We got to do the
No, that takes too long.
Not everybody knows what the penguin means, but you watch out for that guy.
Uh-oh.
Bad news.
We also have Woofle D sending in $20. Greetings from the back couch. Had to wake up early and showed up to support my boy Canada Quarter. Good luck on the one-shotting, buddy.
And it continues.
Got more time.
All right, well, I do want to mention that we actually have a little bit more information on that upgrade to 100% for Casual Birder that I think y'all are really going to want to hear. So that Casual Birder run is done on the Playdate. So that's not like just like the category name. It's a little handheld console that is a crank that you use to play. And that sounds absolutely, that sounds amazing. I'm fascinated. I want to see more of this. So we definitely have to get that 100% upgrade met for Casual Birder. Currently, we have 1,510 out of the 7,500 needed. Y'all, I got to know more about this Playdate thing.
I can vouch for that. It's a really cool little console. I've seen a lot of people do some really fun stuff with it.
I brought it with me. It's in my hotel room right now, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I need to do bird bath.
All right, so bird bath involves this little bird here. We've got 2 of them because we're very lucky. It kind of speaks for itself here. Not the bird bath part, but the...
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Nice.
clean. Now that's a bird bath because I believe that was coined by Slow Runs. You free a Lula and it's clean bird bath. It's extremely clever. I'm telling you, because I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's something about this game that, I really like this run, even though it doesn't seem like on the surface, the most, interesting thing in the world because of just, how passionate the people who played it are. Mm-hmm. And this game is about, trying to squeeze every, drop of time save you can get, and there's a bunch of people who have put effort into, Thank you.
I wonder who this is.
And speaking of parts that are notorious for people trying to squeeze any second of time save, I did the math on these RAMs 8 years ago, and I don't remember any of it.
Why don't you remember the RAM math? That sounds very important. What are you focusing on, classes?
Yeah.
Boring.
By the way, that's one of the 3 songs in this game that I did was that victory song. Forgive.
It's my favorite one.
All right, so we're going to be following, this is Alula, you've already seen, and Calamus. I'm a Calamus fan myself, very underrated. We are following them into their house because they're cool and we want to hang out with them.
We also just saved his sister.
Yes.
They also give us another yellow phosphor item, which we need to access the last area of the game.
So there are 3 special items throughout the game. That yellow feather is the second one. The first one was a little amber we got from Silver earlier by beating them with chess. I believe Eliza shared some fun lore about chess with us yesterday.
So the original intention behind the chess scene in the game was to basically have a puzzle where you had to cheat because Nico just can't beat Silver at chess, so you would have to cheat to flip the board around while they're distracted or something. But it just seemed weird for Silver, who's a very nice person, to just be no, you can't go until you beat me at chess. I'm not letting you leave.
Do you think Silver would let them leave if Nico ate all the pieces?
I think there would be a different problem.
So that character we saw in that room is Maze. She died.
Oh, that's not fun. You shouldn't have said that.
There's hope, but not in the speed
not
run.
in this run.
Nothing bad ever happens.
There's hope, but 100%.
Yeah. All right, now this is also a good time to explain. Through these little dream cutscenes, Nico's a very sleepy kitty, so we need to, when they wake up, they talk to us, and some of these dialogue options give us less dialogue than others. So you cannot see it here. You straight up can't see it. It's frame perfect. Nice menuing.
Thank
Yoshi
you.
is crazy. But if we select different options, we get less lines of dialogue, and dialogue is also selected using multi-binds, where we can input down and select on the exact same frame, and that saves microscopic amounts of time, but it makes frame perfect tricks much easier. Like fast traveling and such is so much nicer with that.
I think we got time for a donation.
Of course. Well, I have a very special $25 here from KyoshiCadre Dad.
Yeah.
Yo. Hi, Dad.
That
Hi, Dad.
simply says, go OneShot.
It's not my dad, but I'll say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Everybody say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
My dad's not watching.
Hi, Dad.
Well, we also have a slightly related one. We'll see if you can figure out the pattern. Marcy has sent in $10. And
Oh,
says,
no.
Huge shout outs
fine.
to KyoshiCadre for making this run possible today. It's amazing to be here in person supporting my good friend for the second year in a row.
Wahoo.
Happy light.
Got time for a couple more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So $5 from Nurs that says, people speedrun this game?
Nerds.
I didn't expect that. Well,
You scoundrel.
good luck, Coyote Crater.
Thank you.
All right. Now, also right here is a very small quote-unquote glitch. When you're normally inside a room, you can't fast travel. That doesn't apply here. They forgot to put it in.
Yeah.
I only feel comfortable saying that because the developers are here. Gur admitted it.
Yeah, we missed it.
They admitted to the crime.
They
Apparently
forgot.
that room is outside. I don't know how that works.
There's just no roof, I think.
Oh.
It's just really tall walls.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now-
here we gotta fix the elevator because the button broke.
And we got to make our own. Now, there's a very funny thing you can do here where this is one of the quote-unquote tougher, like, item puzzles where you have to combine this and then that and then this with that. If you mess it up, you get a funny little item called You Tried, and it's a jumble of things that are a mess. Now, I personally will never have done that live in a race with LaurieDBunnykins back in 2019. I have never done that.
No.
That did not happen. Do not
where
look
am
at
I
the
going?
archives.
Wait.
Oh,
this is the
no.
wrong way.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't do it. Kyoshi, no, lose
I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
I'm gonna get the magnets now.
All right, and coming up is just one of the cleaner pieces of menuing that I like in this game. I always love magnet craft. Any good runner does. Now, I think that comes up during fast travel. You'll see. We'll open that right there. Boing, 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 boing. Ooh,
That was
it's so clean. It's like watching like a game like this. Sometimes it doesn't quite catch on how that's fun. But once you play this game enough, your brain gets broken down, just beaten and battered until that is like the coolest thing ever.
I think we have time for one more donation.
Absolutely. How about Daniel Sterling sending in $25 for Doctors Without Borders and saying, OneShot has had a special place in my heart. And just a week ago, my cat named Nico celebrated her first birthday.
Oh my God. Happy birthday, Nico.
Happy birthday, Nico.
So what better time to donate to a good cause? Thank you so much for your generosity.
All right. We have so many cute donations today.
We do.
I'm a fan.
I want to hear more, but we are seconds away from probably the biggest skip of this run.
Oh, yes.
So right here we have an elevator. We're going to do the totally correct thing and talk so much in the elevator.
If you resume awkward silence, it loses 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because you just sit there for like 20 seconds. It's so long.
Yeah, it's very long. I guess it's awkward for...
Bye, Rue.
Here we have a bit of a fast travel sequence. We're going to dip into the back alley and super fast travel to it when we get access to the library screen. That is actually going to skip a cutscene that would happen at the start of the alley, and the end of this will put us at the library building where Kyoshi is going to set up to do Kip Skip, which is a form of quick glitch. If you remember Pan Skip from the start of the run, Kyoshi is going to close the game while moving onto a tile. And when you close the game unnaturally, which is to say without a bed or a place where the game is intended to be closed, this cutscene will play when it reopens, where Nico gets scared and you talk to them, and that will play over other cutscenes that are supposed to play on the tile that you're in the middle of walking onto. So that cutscene at the library desk is supposed to push you backwards so you can't enter the library or the back of the library without getting a library card, which is like this really long multi-minute puzzle, and we just skip all of it.
Yes, and we skip the character Kip, who is very cool. I'm a Kip fan, everyone is, but we skip her entirely, hence Kip skip. Very tragic, but we do very many mean things in this run. We scare Nico. We're about to do something very mean as soon as we leave the library. That's, by the way, our third Amber item, the little dice from George, who also, I guess we could explain quick while we do this skip again. You can soft lock this, by the way. He totally didn't. Not soft lock.
I was worried for a second.
No soft lock.
No, that wasn't
That's
even
never
close.
happened in a tournament or anything else important.
No, there's nobody who's raced LaurieDBunnykins and soft locked on that skip twice in a best of 3. And it wasn't
so
you this time.
We just told Nico that we're gonna go get pancakes because they're hungry. We're not actually gonna do that. So we lied.
Now, it seems we've started a little riot back there. Don't worry, we're not giving them pancakes. Now, we are entering the tower portion of the run, which is the fourth and final area and the most notorious.
I lost a tile. Fudge, dude.
We lost the tile. It's over. It's never been more over.
We have time for a reset, correct?
Indeed, we do. This game is like 2 minutes long, which is why I like it.
We have some cutscenes before we start the tower proper, so could do donation.
All right, well, I have a very important question to you sent in by Theta Juice, who donated $25 and says, hey, Kyoshi, if you only get one shot, then how do you have over 1,000 runs in your live split? Make it make sense.
I may have seen thousands of Nikos. Let's just say that.
Sorry, are you cheating? Are you cheating at
No,
this game?
no.
With the one-shot police are literally here.
Oh, no.
It's like a story emotions game, and you're cheating?
This is a feels kind of game.
Are you telling me you skipped Kip?
That was my favorite character.
We spent thousands of hours. It took 3 days to make that Kip salad, buddy.
So for real though, like y'all are skipping some of the coolest puzzles in the game.
I think I agree, but I don't like that
I
light
agree
puzzle.
mostly, but I will not agree with the light puzzle.
All right, so as we enter the main portion of the tower here, normally this game is all about like fourth wall breaking stuff, and we have this little program open called the Clover program. It's just like _.exe. You can use that while equipping an item to line it up with the screen, like the window, and it'll tell you which way to go. It's really cool, it's really awesome, and we ignore it entirely. It doesn't matter.
Because we know where to go. Also, for reference, we're going to have this door section and then 4 tile puzzles. We'll probably need the ending pretty soon after we finish that tile puzzle. That last of 4 tile puzzles.
And there's also a fun little thing with these doors. We can skip one of these rooms by going into a different door. We did this whole route like the same way for like 5 years, and then someone was like, hey, if you just go in this door, it goes a little faster. And we're like, oh, okay.
We're coming up on that choice or incentive soon. But
Indeed.
here I'm going to have to do a really hard trick, which is kind of the hardest thing to do in the run. It's doing the entire light bulb without stopping once.
And Kyoshi will ace it, and we all know that, right?
Lock in.
Lock in, lock in. All right, here we go.
Oh, no. Oh! Yeah, I expected that. It's fine.
I forgive you, just don't do it again.
Oh, no.
Oh, rats.
It's hard to do with nerves. No, man, it's so over.
There are no nerves. There have never been any nerves in
No,
Tower.
stop.
Tower is famously
Okay,
not
it's fine.
nerve-wracking.
And before we get that ending, I actually do have one thing to quickly explain, because we're not done with quick glitches. We couldn't do this in the beginning because Nico didn't know about God, but now that they do, when we step onto these stairs, the game will, and do a quick glitch, the game will not properly update us to stair mode, and we just have no clip for the last 30 seconds.
What's the bid war? We need to close it out now.
All right, well, we are returning the sun.
Wow.
$775 for that, and I believe that is over $1,400 raised for MSF in that bid war. Thank you so much, everybody.
Heavens me.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Time is coming up soon.
And during this section, we still have no clips, so we can just kind of walk around. It's supposed to be very tense, and we're in like an elevator, but we can just kind of shove Nico through this door a couple times, and their time's coming up here.
Yeah, once I select the choicer.
Make sure you actually press
Yeah,
left.
I'm
and don't.
going left.
Yeah.
You're going left?
Uh-huh.
And
Time.
now, there is a very funny way to jumble the last part of the run where you put in the sun. Because we have no clip, you can walk through that little pillar that you put it in. And because you might be on a world record pace, perhaps, you can walk through that thing because you're very nervous, you're very scared, and you walk through it, and then you lose like 3 seconds for being a silly Billy, which I've never done personally. But
I may or may not have done that before.
I think everybody has, and if you haven't, then your time is due. Don't get comfortable, don't relax, keep your windows locked.
Well,
You will walk through that pillar.
Thank you all for having me. Shout outs to the OneShot speedrunning community. Shout outs to everyone on the back couch who came to support me. Shout outs to the OneShot devs. Thanks for making this game. Night margin. And speaking of which, this is the last day for the venue for OneShot. That is right outside the door. So if you want to see OneShot merch or something, then you should. Or if you want to see their Future Cat's new game, go check it out.
It is very cool. I can vouch for it. I have a signed OneShot poster, and it is my most prized possession. Brings me good luck every night. I've had only good dreams.
I'd also like to shout out Felix the Judge. Rest in peace. The first game I ever speedran was Home, which is a fan game of Off. So I may or may not have been up here if it wasn't for him. So,
Indeed.
and I think that's all we have for now. The next game is Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers, so stick around for that. I will see you maybe later. KyoshiCadre, goodbye.
Wahoo.